get a few past rewards. Hey everybody, welcome back to more Limbus Company. I'm SlayerMathis, and the last time we took on the first, really tough fights in the game. And this time we'll be starting off Canto 4's dungeon. I am so thankful that Yeonsim was always participating in battles, that's fine. There is also something about that, but we'll get into that in a moment. We'll be fine. But, anyways, I'm so glad that Walpurgis is finally coming up for real. So happy. Next week. As you approach the center of the Golden Bow's residence, I noticed the scattering piles of yellow. With the twisting space petals were wavering. So the fathoms of Yeonsim's egos are over there. Come on, let's get in. I shouldn't expect to be back. Is it thanks to the Golden Bow, or is it you, Yeonsim? When we got there, Dongrang greeted us merrily. How cozy. What place was this, Yeonsim? In the place where I may breathe. That's where this was. There's extra paper on the desk. Yes, you see, usually, these are places for visitors like us to read. Yeonsim quietly picks up a stack. I can begin to imagine what thoughts his face may have suggested as he silently read the letters on them. The letter I had written once, and its structure follows that of a play script. It's reasonable to assume that each actor in the play was provided with one. If so, this may well have been a stage awaiting our arrival, rather than a simple emptiness. From the looks of it, we'll have to read out the script, right? Maybe Dongbek might just come, Yeonsim. If Dongbek got to this space before she died. I'm not sure what I should call this. Anyway, if the entrance opened while she was still alive, her consciousness might have been wrapped up in all this as ours were. For what reason did you stab Dongbek? She hesitated a little too much. What, did you want this kind of eulogy from me? The reason. I'll hear it. No, it's really... You knew as well, Yeonsim. In that state, Dongbek's death was imminent. Her life would have been painfully scared away if I let her be. That's why you can't lash out at me despite the anger boiling inside you. Wouldn't have made that much of a difference. This time, the fathoms of ego might present themselves differently from the previous ones. The fathoms of ego are places or images, are places or images of someone's mind made manifest. These is a powerful and complex energy. It might draw in people other than sinners, like those deeply related to Yeonsim in this case. Not so, but bluntly dragging a bunch of clouds to act on stage, right? Although this is merely a guess. Yes, I suppose that's about right. We'll have to do our best with our given roles. And if we don't? The image displayed by the fathoms will go awry, ultimately preventing our access to the Golden Bow. We must reenact the originals. In other words, Yeonsim's actual memories as closely as possible. Got that clear enough, so... Well, I almost jumped out of my skin! Yeah. Probably should have waited for that or whatever. I have people who accompany me. Either by caprice, coincidence, or fate. What a fascinating line. Why do you stand in front of the door like a dork? What? What'd you call me? Aren't you the one that just... What are you staring at my face for? Like you're looking at a dead person. I look cool. She's right, Gaprong. Don't act like such a country bumpkin. Do you want your mannerism to throw out your name? What are you saying now? What is it? I'm just reading from the script, Mr. Heathcliff. The script, that's just what mine says. Why are you whispering like that? You know, Dongbek. Gaprong was just thinking back to how we all managed to gather here at T-Corp. It really bugs me. Oh, don't call me by that name. Good acting. The real Gaprong always used to ask us not to call him by his name too. It is now your turn to speak, Sung-ho. So, as one might know, our hometown, S-Corp's district, was going through a turbulent time. Many things breaking and changing. Because of daydreaming higher-ups who tell sweet-sounding words with no substance and corrupt officials squeezing the people, the public's lives and economy teetered and twisted more and more every day. No guarantees of arrangements between wings or positions to apply for. Researchers like us who pursue the studies of knowledge struggle to find even a simple bolt to help ourselves. As when Brother Young Ji brought us together. I was the one who called Yeonsim and Dongbek, who grew up in the same town. Right. Brother Young Ji and Dongrang brought us together. There I suggested, the wing called T-Corp is seeing remarkable technological growth nowadays, generously backing the inventions of machines technology. So there should be no problem at all to get any part we need then. There, all the people who do it for a living. So, the like-minded ones defected to the district empty-handed, risking everything. As everyone wished, we were free to continue our research here, even though we had to yield the colors in them, making sure the boat didn't outwardly shine. As Merceau, or the League of Non-Littérateurs member he played, pointed out, I couldn't see any color in this place. Even the flower just outside the window was devoid of color, waving like a turbid blur. In T-Corp's district, having colors is a kind of privilege. They take away colors? To establish identity. A few better ways to rob one of uniqueness than this. Isn't that right? For sure. Colors are some of the few little things the poor could normally have. Hey, Anlin! You gonna keep chatting away? Conferences today? Watch, you made a vibrant amusement. Look! Blows it better than before, doesn't it? I have to wonder what's up with your obsession with explosives. I mean, Dongbag. Here, you can't see the stars in the night sky thanks to blinding lights and smokestacks filling the air. Stars are so pretty in my hometown, it was fun watching them together. What's more, there's no color here. We can at least see the colors of flowers. So, I wanted to bring it back in some way. Look, even if it's all black and white, you can still see it, right? Fire makes such a warm color. I'm a bit embarrassed. I don't have anything to show off for now. There really something to a bit so merrily? Shooting injured animals on the street took too much of my time. I couldn't leave them be. They reminded me of the yellow calf I left behind my hometown. Used to like you so much. Then we got it sawing you. It was abandoned by its mother, seeking warmth to lean on is an instinct all living beings have. Well, by now guess it has offspring? Probably not. That calf was male. Ah, bother. Here we go again. Yep, y'all. Looks like the bar owner's here to tab you again. Why don't you go outside and greet him? Well, those crooks, how'd they get you? The strong resonance of the Golden Bell with Yisong is affecting the entire laboratory building. They are confident as well, but they have no ties to Yisong. Since we're given any roles to play, the stage has to grow the stage. It'll only get worse with the fathoms grow unstable. In other words, we have to be quick with moving Play's plot along. The more time we spend fooling around like a certain complete oaf instead of reading what the script says, the more enemies will attack us. Each mob begins to lightly limber up, cracking your joints. So let's focus on the foes on deck for now. I will say, like, vibes-wise, until Kanto 8's dungeon is a bit better vibes-wise, but this one still is, like, vibes are immaculate on this one. We do get the piece of reversing memories, which will always have your Yisong at least level 35. If you are higher than that, he will stay at that. And thread spin / upkite 3. It's useful to have in case you just didn't get lucky with a Yisong pull. But of course, we're going to have Yisong as our number 1. I should actually hold up. If we just pop back to checkpoint, we're going with our sinking, which I think is just U3 mainly, but that's still more than enough probably. I could afford to bump up Diechi or so, but I could get Diechi Roja right now. Maybe. I might be able to keep. I don't actually know. I have a decent few boxes, so I'll figure out. Just give me a moment. Okay, so I didn't initially have enough, but I just did a real quick 3-floor mirror dungeon. If you're just looking for like quick mirror dungeon, 3 floors is usually good enough. It doesn't get you as good of rewards, obviously, as going to full 5, and it's significantly quicker. But regardless, we do have enough. So if we go on over to Diechi South Association, whatever. Gets us another sinking ID, which will be nice. Again, it's very similar to Diechi. Well, mechanically, it's similar enough to Diechi Merso. Obviously, they're both Diechi. So, you know, that makes sense. It's not bad. 33 is not bad. I'll take it. Go to the uptime story? Food for thought. This book's got a real nice title, don't it? Think about it. Meal for your heart. That better be one hearty meal, don't you think? That's what it says here, anyway. So that's why you're having a whole meal in the library? Yep. Wait, no, come on. You gotta be exact in your wording or suffer confusion and misunderstandings. I'm having a snack. Right. Look, this is a library. It's a place where we find various foods for thought, right? In other words, this place is full of foods. Which is to say, this place is, in essence, pretty much one huge diner. In conclusion, there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a little snack in here. Yeah, okay. I think we can end the interview right here. Like your foods for thought, this interview is severely lacking in substance. I'll let the Madam Librarian know that I had a rather fruitful interview with you about the DHE Association. And its vast mega diner with dishes from all over the city. How's that? Oh, come on, my bad. I'll get serious. Don't worry about that, okay? Okay, so you want to know what the essence of the DHE Association is? Yes, well, I do know that it specializes in the accumulation of a knowledge. But do you want to know what this association means to you, Miss Rojan? What this association means to me is... this place is like home. I'm sure you already know that the DHE Association picks up and raises kids without parents or guardians, right? I'm aware, yes. To the public, your association is known as the Association of Charity. Oh, that's how I ended up here. Boy, that was a really long time ago. Before that, I lived off dirty stale bread from the streets, sleep under sheets made of clothes stripped off the back of my dead friend's body. Yeah, I guess I had times like that. Oh, too dark for you? Well, anyway, they picked me up and gave me a proper life. It's kind of annoying, though, that as a member of this association, I gotta study so dang hard. Well, you made it to Section 4. That means you've been working hard, right? All you've been doing here was feeding yourself with foods for the gut. I don't know. I don't think I studied that hard. I must just be a natural genius. I gotta say, though, studying isn't completely pointless. Because the more I know, the stronger I get. I've heard that your strength is proportional to the amount of knowledge you've amassed. The truth of the universe has my back. Of course, I'd have no trouble beating the crap out of those no-cuts. That bird brain agents send us about DHE fixes, you know? Here it's come, they think they're about to fight some nerds. So, look down at your association. Doesn't that get irritating? Not at all, actually. It spices things up. Every time they dare look down upon us, my stoles glow with power, and my fists smite their ruin upon the curbside. They're just perfect opportunities to show how wide the gap of knowledge is between us and those ignoramuses who don't know the true power of the DHE Association. Don't you think? I don't know. I feel like it could be a little bit more interesting. The Uptide 1 art is significantly better. Look at that little goober. Look at the little goober. Anyways, back to where we were.
헌팅 커틀러리 준비 끝. 직접 알겠습니다.
내 안에 갇혀 죽어라. 지시를 마주하고 영원하지 않으니
전투응대에 나선다.
목을 내놓고 있도록. 무차 잠들어. 못살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
맞는 거야.
I hope you've been well since we conversed last. I see flowers bloom outside and birds chirp every now and then. Though the scent of flowers spreads they like, they create a rather sweet smell once mingled in one place. I wonder if you're taking in such a smell. I was always worried about the gloom on Dongbek's face. But the things she prevents at the Illuminators conferences are really relieving to see. She has a certain joy with them. Can you take that as her way of indirectly expressing the smile she couldn't make at us? Well, take it however you want. Yeonsim, what are you thinking? I just can't figure out what your face might mean. Just be curious to know what's in your mind. Those who I've brushed past until now have asked that same question. However, that did not possess the eloquence to utter concise answering words. The matter itself is too wearisome and perplexing to clearly summarize. I would substitute my answer with a figurative blank sheet of paper. You know what that is. Nothing. In truth, it may not have been nothing after all. I would feel a desire to scatter into the winds in lush blue, sensing the sway of seeds plunging into my scrolling mind. Well, how's my acting? Brother Youngji was a man of kindness. He was not one to rashly harbor spite or reproach for others. You resemble him in that sense. I will say, like, as much problem as Kanto 4 has with its pacing, the vibes of it are immaculate. I legitimately think loading in and out of that fight took more time. A broken K-Corp drone is tumbling on the floor. I can only revive sinners where I can see the stars, so in the meantime, we might be able to find an ampule if we used to search it. Fuck it, why not? Someone good at searching. Do we have any bonuses for specific people? Doesn't look like it. Oh, Faust and Yeonsim both do. Several wounds were left on Yeonsim's hands while rummaging through the wreckage. Fortunately, we were able to find a small ambulance after going through all that trouble. So I decided the ultimately pointless haul. I had to leave the room with my promise that I'll turn the clock to it next time. Once per floor, all allies under 40 HP, or just one ally under 40% HP, heals up to full. Not bad. I mean, you might as well take each one. You see, I called you this time because I've made something interesting I'd like to show. Yushi, what is this? There's simply too many transit things that will wilt all too soon, don't you think? The butterfly only wanted to lightly flutter, but to be punished with death for that crime, that felt too unfortunate. Did you bring it back from the dead? I thought that kind of technology was forbidden by the head's treaty. There's no such case. If the curse remains inanimate, something is worrying. That's right. To be exact, it's the glass window. The butterfly can now be free within it. Even if its wings dampen while trying to cross the pond, or gripped in somebody's hands and crumble to dust, or dry out due to the lack of flowers, the butterfly won't stop. And eventually, in the distant future, it'll make it across the sea. If that happens, will the butterfly no longer be afraid of the sea? Splendid, Youngji. This solar technology would have numerous applications. Youngji, are you sure you really made this just for the conference? What do you mean by that? I gather more short technology we've created as a hobby in our free time after returning from a day's work, sharing our thoughts. Wasn't that significant and appeal the Illuminators conference our league had? But this doesn't look like a simple hobby horse to me. Are you still not over what happened then? That's how you see it, Dongbek. I'd love to know what you think as well, Yeonsim. As Dongrang rightfully assessed, there's nothing short of a great first discovery. Alas, if frost were to form on the glass window, it will blur the reflected image all the same. As such, the frame of this glass window will need to be made firmer and straighter. Yeonsim, you managed to see through its essence from just a single glance. But personally, I can't see the thing of a way, so how about this instead? Yeonsim, try to recreate your own way. My own way. That's right, by the next conference. Is it truly occasionally to handle such a technology as developed as the glass window? You got it wrong. I'm making the suggestion because it's valuable. I feel like I'm starting. I talked to, I don't know if it was, I think it was last time, about my different Sinner voices. I think I'm starting to get a handle of the Honglu voice. Yeah, not too bad of one. We'll go into here. It's filled with K-Corp ampules. Oh, good for us. Don't can't we take one of those? Negative. The ampule gesture is only in this room, so it will not be possible for us to use them outside this place. Fuck it, why not? Low! Warnings are written on the ampules! Skimming through the last bottles, I can see the notes attached to them. How the text was too dense to read properly. This pot's insufficient. I've no idea what to say. Measure a square! It appeared this device has two modes, single and group! Fuck it, use it for everyone! Shouldn't hurt to let all the sinners benefit. I pressed the group button. This is weird. I'm feeling sick all of a sudden. The number of sinners groaned in pain. think about what they all had in common, I realized they were all uninjured. This must not be something you may administer to healthy individuals. Better be careful next time. Everyone got hurt. Oh no! Yi-song got away. He's fine. Don't worry, guys. Yi-song is fine. Oh, I thought I read story on that. Oh well. Oh, those eggs. Please be careful, it might be an abnormality. Come to think of it, I was also told that the underground lab at K-Corp also managed eggs from the K-Corp branch. Is that thing twitching? As soon as observe the egg begins to move. What we do? Poke. Certain experts with receiving gifts from abnormalities might just be able to get something to help with exploring the dungeon here. A delicate hand will have an easier time. Yi-song. Again, it's a 4 and 2. Hung Lu has a nice modifier. Sinclair has a modifier, so I'm surprised about that one. Yi-song touched the egg and started glowing. So afterward it hardened and turned into a uniquely shaped gem. This was worth taking. Yi-song seemed rather tired, but it wasn't anything off about the body as far as we could see. With the place with the gem in our possession. Piece of a crumbled egg. Bunch of kind of coffee and cranes, but kind of not.
커틀러리 준비 끝.
Kinda.
화기애애했네요.
Looks like the group's at peace. Things were good for a short while. This is though we were on a trip. Thought everything would be fine after leaving our hometown for this new place, but alas, in the day, human societies weren't so different from each other. Today, I saw something suspicious at the market. And that intrigues me. What is it, Sangha? It's invention. Wasn't this your work for the League of Nine, Gabriel? It is. I mean, I just Scarlet Mox and all that. What? It's just a faith that bonds together, isn't it? Must be about the League's 9 laws. I know. Fascinating. No shit, you aren't supposed to say things that aren't in the script. I don't know, maybe memorize every word of it, think I'll forget. Now technology made within the League should be distributed outside. Take good care not to be tainted with the smell of money. But if we're told that all our property will be seized if we don't pay the rent for the laboratory within the next 6 days, what are we supposed to do? Got do something about it. Money we got at the factory could only barely keep us fed. We got here from S-Corp's district, taking the passion for research with us. Tell me how else we're gonna pay the rent. And that's a valid point. Taxes are heavier on us because we're migrating from another district. They're demanding a fee that we cannot afford to pay rent. I can pay that. So I suggest we put this matter to rest. Wait, why haven't I been told about this before? See, did you know all along, Youngji? I want to hear it from you directly. I understand you're upset, but be mindful of what you say to brother Youngji, Dongbek. I'm fine, Sangha. Dongbek, I was planning to tell you once it'd been dealt with. I figured you'd be the first to get furious about matters concerning the League. And Yi-song, while I sincerely appreciate your offer, I couldn't possibly take it. Bothers me not. Accumulating wealth has no meaning to me. I urge you to spend it for the League's sake. What? Yi-song, were you that rich? You might want to do a better job of remembering your part, yes? You should start attacking again, you know? Look, it's fooling around like an elf. Found what's easy as wording words on paper. I do like that every so often Heathcliff can get one over on Ishmael. Not too common, though. I was literally just about to end things off, but it would feel kind of pointless to end off right before a boss fight. So we'll do this and then end things for this time. On a spring day, I made a small mirror. I named it Yeonsim. And I happened to catch a signal while tuning out numerous noises and shatterings. Yeonsim met you at last. My left hand itself, beautiful and serene. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Yi-song, isn't it? What a peculiar experience this is. And that mirror you're holding is what I call Yeonsim. Yeonsim, huh? Yeah, I'm not gonna mention this. It's bars of grinding something, scraping even the mind to polish it. I see. I suppose all versions of Yi-song were dedicated to research. You have wings on your back, my arms have been deceived. What do you think of them? They're splendid. They look quite warm and free. We looked into and ahead of each other. I only made minor modifications to Brother Youngji's work. I want to show a reflection of any possibilities, unvarnished image without blur. The stars are so lying on the ground, seems so far away. It was possible to see more close. Is this why I haven't been able to see you lately? Discover this? I thought you caved to your yearning for rise and went back to S-Corp's district. I say though, isn't that bad? Dongren, why are you laughing like that? It's just funny you're talking so ferociously when your eyes are full of clear twinkles. Isan, it was time to shut it. Why don't you first add your facial recreation of a child who's tried ice cream for the first time? Kubo, why don't you say something? You've been part of the league for fairly long now, so stop sitting around with guests. What more do I have to add? Everyone already seems to be of one mind. Trying to be an odd one out, at least have some audacity, some cold fish you are. I see. So, this is how you view the world. The world I view. Did you know? Favorite invention carries hints of the hopes and dreams of its inventor. Discovering them was one of the spectators' joys. It's a tidbit that's good to know. So Yeonsim, what do you plan to do with this technology? Do what exactly? But the young cheese glass windows already making the rounds. Researchers from other nests taking an interest, or so I've heard. Really, we rarely saw visitors in the past, but now we might have to start punching tickets so all those people will stand in line. If you announce your work here, don't worry. I have absolutely no intention of announcing this. None? At all? All that I ask. It is a moment of laughter, solely between us. Just what is your idea of? That was the second funniest moment I've seen out of you. Or is this, you know, when the yellow calf has been fed milk and it suddenly looks his hair? True, I've never seen Dongbek laugh as loudly as that. That I think we'd best forget. Human eyes are such glistening, scalding things. Fearing they would burn me, I tended to watch them from the side. However, not seeing the subject straightly does not mean I think lowly of them. Even without looking, it's possible to seep in. By the way, is that the same mirror that we use? Similar, to be exact. Limbus Company uses the mirror with special modifications. And I did something incredible, Yeonsim. What Youngji and I did wasn't an invention. What we discovered, rather. T-Corp wouldn't have been pleased with the idea of technology capable of peeping into other worlds without permission. I believe you know well enough that their problem lies with the lack of permission, not the capability of technology. Although we had figured that, we thought it would be fine since it was only used as a pastime between us. The decision couldn't have been more glib. Glib. That word simultaneously amuses me and also disgusts me. Fairy Gentleman, okay. These ones are weird in terms of why they're here, but whatever. Feels an awful lot like you keep making me do all the awful things. Just feeling right. Nah, this is Roger, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I'll write down whatever I know about that rotten tea flavored jelly thing. If you're asking me how I know in so much detail, it's because I got put in that gross maw of his. As soon as our eyes met, he flew up and like squish, and all of a sudden, then squashed me with the mouth on the belly, like splorch, you know. It smells so bad. I hate it so much. Oh, now that I think about it, the smell itself isn't all that weird. It's just too woefully sweet, I guess. My nose almost got numbed. No, it felt really weird. Was it really that foul? As for me to smell, I thought it was jelly pieces bouncing off each attack was pretty alright. It stimulated me. Cigarette ash seeped into the segment of the note. Shutting the properties and provided an overall mental uplift. This guy really ticks me off. I don't know if it's the wobbly body, but every move of his feels so annoying. Especially when he dodges my attack. It's like dealing with bullies on the street as a kid. You know how they laugh and be like, haha, you can't even hit me. It's just like that. Guess I got really stressed out. I feel a bit dizzy too. I'll stop here for now. Sorry, Dante. Is she drunk? Possible. There's no situation in which alcohol could have been ingested. Right, when we were fighting the Abnormal Mud, didn't you make a huge cup or something like that? I think he's been like that ever since. Now that I mention it, I do remember that faster dodging or acting causing it to smash into a glass, smashing into a glass. What the fuck is that wording? I was a bit messing with my last dog. I asked Flower if I can erase and write a new one, but she said I absolutely can't. Isn't she such a meanie? Anyway, it did help with figuring some stuff out, so I hope you show us some forgiveness. Here's what I can tell for sure. Those bits of jelly that fly around as we fight boost our morale, and the boost gets more powerful as the battle goes on. One whose morale's at highest, I mean like max, kind of highest, break the glass of boost. Bingo, the person gets super drunk right away. Once some got drunk, their attacks would get weaker and miss a lot more easy. Here's the catch. The fat jelly fella gobbled up one of our drunk pals once, right? It sounded like all weird and stumbly. Yeah, we took the chance to sweep me right off the floor. See, I was super helpful. It was just a bit faster to request, but he certainly would have been. You gotta just say yes at times like this. So yeah, there is a gimmick with him, but you can really ignore it. Furry Gentleman is one of the easiest abnormalities in the game. He is so not a problem. Fairy Gentleman there's a couple of abnormalities that you can just like completely ignore the gimmicks of. And Fairy Gentleman is very much one of those. Look, just fucking ignore him. Take the morale boost. You can, I mean, like, if you want to get involved with Tipsy, you can, but it's not really that worth it. Fairy Gentleman appears as one of the Thread Luxes. I think that will unlock next Kanto. Yeah. And honestly, he's a winner at Abnormality. Fairy Gentleman is so easy to deal with. Like, the gimmick is about making him weaker, but he doesn't really have particularly strong attacks. He does have a, he has like one turn that does a decent bit of damage, but most of the time you can just beat Fairy Gentleman by that point, and the rest of the time it's literally only one turn of, I mean, like, it is high rolls. I think it's around 20s that he rolls, but again, you can just like not just ignore him. You do not have to interact with Fairy Gentleman's gimmick. That's it. I do like that about just Abnormalities in general, how they do have a gimmick. I think it's next turn that he'll have his big move. What the fuck? Oh, because I pressed damage. That would be why. Seriously, this fight is incredibly easy. When you get to those later Thread Luxes, then, like, use all your weekly bonuses on Fairy Gentleman. It's so easy. Yeah, this is the one difficult turn. Yeah, he rolls a 16. Okay, he rolls a 21 on Clash. Which, again, like, that is high for sure. But also, like, well, that feels like it should be worse than neutral. Let's see if Sentai get it, but yeah, oh well. I think I could, have I showed off any against Trial yet? I actually don't know. I mean, we'll, but we actually don't, oh no, we have Wrath. Fine. That's after, yeah, okay, no, we're fine. Lust is really like the only one we have a little bit of difficulty with, because we only, I think we only have, Ryoshu's skill 1. So, that's not too bad. Why not? Bring forth the horse! Ow. Well, I mean, I guess it's fitting that Roja wrote the Abnologue, because she's the one getting drunk, but also, yeah. Again, you do not have to interact with the gimmick of Fairy Gentleman at all. He is super easy. Honestly, I'd say he's my call for third. Yeah, third easiest abnormality in the game. The two from Kanto 1, False Apple and Ebony Queen. Both of those are easier, but they're also the intro ones. Fairy Gentleman, you can just ignore the gimmick of. Regardless, that'll do it for this time, and next time, we will continue to delve into Yi Song's mind. But until then, see you guys later.